Hello, everyone. My name's Lucas. When I was 23 years old, I took the summer off in my fourth year of university. I figured life was short and I really wanted to enjoy the great outdoors of Vancouver, where I was going to college. I was loading my car for my first camping trip of the season. And suddenly, I heard a loud pop sound and felt excruciating pain radiating up and down my back. The next thing I remember is waking up to doctors telling me I had two badly herniated discs in my lower back. I was going to have very little mobility. Suddenly, I went from being able to do whatever I wanted to do to having to hobble around in pain and miss out on the things I loved, like playing basketball and hiking. My summer was shot, and I feared that this would be my new permanent reality, unable to move well and do the things I love. The problem was, no one could tell me or give me a clear path to recovery and assure me that I would fully recover and do the things I love. Even more shocking, it wasn't even clear what I should be doing to improve my chances. Thankfully, I started physical therapy right away. My physical therapist set me up with these boring exercises that were supposed to get me to feel better. They felt so inadequate. How could these simple exercises get me back to who I was? Even more frustratingly, I had no idea if I was doing the exercise correctly. I did them on faith for 4 years, not second guessing the process, despite months of seeing little progress. Thankfully, I had a great physical therapist who reassured me that I was on the right track. But there were times where I wasn't even sure I would recover. It was frustrating and depressing. Here's what's worse. This is not unique. 1 in 2 Americans suffer from muscular pain. And today, for all these Americans, the future is bleaker than it needs to be. They have no clear path to regain mobility. And ultimately, their recovery is highly dependent on therapeutic exercises being completed correctly. Let's be honest. These exercises are boring and imprecise. You really don't know if you're doing them right and if they're making a difference. And life gets in the way. So often people get disheartened and neglect them, resigning themselves to live with the pain and impairments. This is just wrong. And it doesn't need to be this way. You see, physical therapy or physical rehab is a process, a long and slow process, but a process nonetheless. And we can make it exciting, fun, and rewarding. Sounds crazy, I know, but we believe that we can turn the recovery process into an epic game for patients. What makes games so great? Well, if you think about it, all games involve doing work, but they make the work fun, exciting, and engaging. And in a game, you're only given challenges that you're capable of achieving. You always know what to do next and how that fits into a broader epic journey you are on in the game. You even clearly see when you've leveled up, so you know how you're doing. And more importantly, in a game, you know if you're doing things correctly and you know what to do next because there's a map to the finish line. Our vision is to gamify the whole recovery journey. And we'll take an opaque rehab journey and turn it into an epic game. To complete the game is to fully recover. Now we're starting with a focus on critical joint injuries of the hand, wrist, and elbow. So think of conditions like wrist fracture, carpal tunnel syndrome, tennis elbow, spasticity due to stroke. And so today, if you have one of these injuries and you're being treated with Tenzr, Tenzr turns the boring exercises into video games using our intelligent motion sensing technology. So let me show you how that looks like for a patient. She wears the wearables on her wrist and hand, and it connects to a tablet and is guided through her exercises via clinically relevant video games. In this game, she controls the blue paddle, which trains her mobility, proprioception, and reaction time. And we have many more games, including classics such as Brick Breaker and here Stellar, where you're controlling spaceship through the galaxies. Our patients love it because it makes rehab fun, engaging, and rewarding while distracting them from pain. So if you're being treated right now or are treating hand, wrist, elbow injuries, we can make the process fun and exciting for you. All you have to do is email me at start@tenzrhealth.com and we'll get you set up. And now the Tenzr Health service is live at some phenomenal PT clinics in Canada, and patients and therapists love it. We now have 8 active clinics with over 220 patients being treated, and on average, patients are recovering within 3 months. Our next step is to continue to grow our Canadian business and enter the US market, where we have a number of established partnerships with large and small clinics, including UCSF, Stanford, and Mayo Clinic. Now, the timing is right for this model. In the US, remote therapeutic monitoring coding covers the cost of the patient kit, and therapists get additional reimbursement revenue for monitoring the data from Tenzr. In other words, for clinics, Tenzr helps attract and retain clients, provide better clinical outcome, and generate more revenue. Now, most importantly, we have the right team to execute on our vision because of our expertise in digital health, gaming, wearable tech, go-to-market in physical medicine, and scaling and exiting medical device startups. I'm a serial entrepreneur with experience in healthcare and consumer wellness packaged goods. My co-founder Gautam led and scaled product development at a Class 3 medical device startup through their seed, Series A, and ID approvals. Our Chief Marketing Officer, Gabriel, has over 25 years of go-to-market expertise, taking physical medicine products like Tenzr from launch to 100 million in annual revenue at companies like PowerBar, Cool Systems, Ultra G, and he's also an avid OG gamer. Last but not least, we have a comprehensive board of advisors composed of experts in hand surgery from Stanford and UCSF, physical and hand therapy, and life science commercialization. But let me tell you one more thing. Today, we've taken your rehab exercises and gamified them. Our ultimate goal is to harness the full potential of our unique gamification engine to turn all musculoskeletal care into an epic game. Imagine a future where clients are no longer patients, but are transformed to super empowered, hopeful individuals embarking on an epic game to take control of their recovery journey, where they know exactly what to do, see the instant reward of the work put in, and have a clear map to full recovery. Finishing the game means full recovery. And so with that, come join us on this epic journey. Thank you for your time.